Hi, this is Trek Trav. I'm Trav, and today we're going to be talking about what the future of America is within the Star Trek universe. I think with current events, the American country as we know it has kind of given away to extremists and to values of which are contrary to the Star Trek future that we've seen depicted within the show. We've got within Star Trek, we have a series that talks about hope and change and growth. Through adversity of the Third World War, the Second American Civil War, which was talked about earlier in Strange New Worlds, and obviously we come through that knowing that the future is going to be better and changing things for the better. What do we see in America today that makes me worry about seeing any sort of future like this? And it's a positive future. It's a future that we should all strive for. And my thoughts are America might not make it to the 23rd century or the 24th century or the 25th century. America as we know it, I feel like, is coming to an end. America is meant to represent freedom and hope for people in need, and you're meant to be able to build yourself up. The Statue of Liberty even says, "Give us your poor, your hungry, your huddled masses." They don't allow refugees in. They lock them into prisons and treat them badly because they're from another country. Just because they're just from a line that someone wrote on a map hundreds of years ago. We have a similar thing here in Australia, and I'm Australian, so I know Australian politics even better. We have this fear of other people being other. America takes this to extremes. We have shootings in schools, but they never fix the gun control. We have shootings in gay and lesbian clubs, and they never fix the gun control. We have outright hatred on the internet and in daily life towards LGBTQIA people, people of color, people of different cultures and races. And America seems to be getting worse at this. And it's spreading over into other Western cultures. It's spreading over into Australia and into England. These radical views and feelings are changing. I don't see that in Star Trek's future. Star Trek literally lives on the premise: infinite diversity and infinite combination. Gene Roddenberry himself coined that, meaning that our differences are our strength, and how we treat people of those differences shouldn't be any different than how we would treat a family member or a loved one. I've been watching Star Trek since I was 5 years old. I always wanted the future to be like the Starship Enterprise, TNG obviously, and I always wanted the future to be bright and positive. And I don't see that anymore. I inherently think that people are good and bad. They're both. And that might just be age. I might just be growing older, and that is how things change. In terms of countries, we see the rich taking advantage of the poor. That's every Western country, not just America. We see communist powers or dictatorship powers things that are meant to represent positives, like we are meant to be in a democratic society where things are decided by the people, and they are less and less decided by the people. And I just think back to my childhood where I thought everyone was good, everyone was positive, everything could change. When in 1997 we had the Port Arthur massacre, Australia instituted strong gun laws to change the way we dealt with guns in this country. And we have not had, touch wood, a mass shooting since. In America, they're still arguing these questions. Should everyone have a gun? Why do you need an assault rifle? Why do you need a shotgun? Don't say for hunting. Because a hunter would keep those safe in a case and he would keep them away from his children. Roe versus Wade, which is the reason I'm making this video, where they voted to take away a woman's right to abort her child for many reasons. But what America is doing now is forcing women to keep children from rape, from incestuous relationships, from abuse, from mistakes. They're making it harder to access contraception. And this isn't all of America. This is a chunk of America. The same chunk that supports Donald Trump. And I'm sure with the abortion, it's not just those people. I'm sure with abortion rights, it's a lot of other people. I'm a guy. I don't know what it's like to have a child. I don't pretend to know. All I know is that I'm not going to make a decision on a woman's body because I'm not a woman. That's just the way it is. And what the government of America has just said is, we're going to make this choice for you. Stopping abortion doesn't make abortion stop. It stops it legally. But people will find any way to get an abortion. They'll drive to another state. They'll do things to themselves to abort that child that are unsafe. And this is states and a country which builds itself up on Christian values. The Bible itself doesn't mention anything about abortion. The leaders who control the religions in that country, they're the ones who made up those rules about abortion. The Bible itself doesn't really say much about gays, except for what they altered. You can look this all up on Google. It's not hard. People have done the research for you. Abortions don't stop abortions. They cause more problems. Not having adequate gun laws doesn't stop shooting, doesn't stop massacres. The only thing that actually sorts these problems out is understanding and openness and looking at that infinite diversity in infinite combination, which is what we are. We are all different and we are all the same. We are all unique and we're all stuck on this one rock in the middle of the universe. This does come across as a bit of a TED talk, because when I was a kid and during my adult life, I used Star Trek as a coping mechanism. I liked the view of hope of the future, the hope for change, the hope for growth. I'm a gay man. I'm proud of being a gay man. There is plenty of worse traits about me other than being a gay man. And I'm going to quote from a different franchise. We do what the Doctor says in Doctor Who. Just be kind. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. This is just because of the Roe versus Wade determination, the shootings, America seemingly going down a democratic hole where they're turning into, I don't know what they're turning into. It kind of feels a little bit like Revenge of the Sith from Star Wars. I hope you come back on Tuesday for another video and Thursday for our Star Trek Strange New Worlds reviews. I'm Trek Trav. Live long and prosper, and infinite diversity in infinite combinations. We're all human, and we're this together.
We believe that the often ridiculed mass audience is sick of this world's petty nationalism and all its old ways and old hatreds, and that people are not only willing but anxious to think beyond those petty beliefs that have for so long kept mankind divided.